there's so many factors when it comes to, being overweight. It's not a simple, clear-cut answer. It's different for everybody. But the first thing I like to look at is when I'm helping someone on a weight loss journey is food, obviously, and we talked about that. Stress, because you could be eating the healthiest diet. You could be, avoiding sugar, avoiding processed foods, eating whole foods. But if you're stressed out of your mind, your body's going to be producing what's called cortisol, which is a stress hormone. And you can think of cortisol as kind of like the fat storing hormone as well. So also when you're stressed, a lot of times you're not sleeping. And when we don't get sleep, that disturbs what's our hunger and full hormones, ghrelin and leptin. So, our whole system kind of gets thrown off. We get food cravings. We get cravings for sugar, and that's usually because we're not getting good sleep. And a craving for sugar is really just your body is craving energy, right? So that, looking at stress, genetics do play a role. A lot of times thyroid, things like that can play a role in why people are having trouble losing weight or gain weight easily. But it's important to understand, once you gain weight, when a fat cell fills up, right? So let's just say this is a fat cell. It fills up to, let's say, 1 nanogram with fat, and then once it hits that 1 nanogram, it actually splits into 2 fat cells. Now, you can't actually get rid of fat cells. So once you're carrying around extra weight, it can be a little bit harder to lose weight because you always have 2 fat cells versus someone that, just had 1 fat cell, right? But it is a process that you can start to recognize, and it's sort of this is something that can play into motivation. It's, okay, I'm gonna stick to a healthy weight because every time my weight fluctuates, my fat cells are dividing into 2, and now I have 2 fat cells, and it's gonna be harder to lose weight in the future. Not to say if you're, 100 pounds overweight that you can't, lose, essentially what you do is you're shrinking those fat cells when you start to lead a healthier lifestyle. But it's just something to be aware of. That can be a motivating factor. When I share that with people, usually they're like, wow, okay, I'm not, I'm really gonna stick to a healthier way of being. I'm gonna start to manage my stress. I'm gonna, because it's a lot of people don't realize that that's literally what happens in our bodies.